Hey guys, it's Dina here. Welcome back to my channel. If you are new, welcome. Today is another Halloween themed video and I'm going to be talking about some really spooky urban legends. So if you guys like scary stuff like I do, make sure you keep watching the video. Alright, so before I get to the stories, I thought I'd explain to you what an urban legend is. So basically an urban legend is some sort of story, whether it's humorous, but usually it's scary, and it's circulated throughout society or the internet and told as if it is a true story. Oftentimes, it's either just some sort of scary like folk tale or something that's just passed on generations, but there are times where pieces of information from these stories are actually true and they're based on real events. So that's kind of what's scary about them. They're like, it's almost like a mystery, you know? You don't know whether it is real or not, like it could possibly be true. So I've collected some of the top scariest ones that I found that could also possibly be like real and could happen, which makes it really scary. So alright, so I'll actually post the websites that I got these from below if you guys want to like read more urban legends, because I'm not going to read all of them, and also just to pay, you know, credit to the websites that I got these from. But the first one I found is called the Vanishing Hitchhiker, and this kind of story is not completely ridiculous, I think, at least in my opinion, just because I heard similar real ghost stories in my lifetime, and yeah, I've just heard about this sort of phenomenon happening to people before. So yeah, if you haven't already, make sure you get some tea or a blanket, maybe just pause the video, get cozy, and then we can get started. Alright, so the Vanishing Hitchhiker. A newlywed couple, Nathan and Heather, were driving up the Northern California coast to spend their dream honeymoon in a quaint bed and breakfast with a seaside view. They had hoped to arrive before dark, but a heavy fog had descended on Highway 1, and the progress was slow. They were at least an hour and a half from their destination as night fell. If you've ever driven that stretch of highway, you know how torturous it can be, with its narrow lanes and switchback curves. It was just as they were rounding one of the curves that they passed a solitary hitchhiker, a young woman in a wispy white dress, standing on the shoulder with thumb outstretched. "Good luck getting a ride on a night like this," muttered Nathan under his breath. "Stop the car and turn around," said Heather. "Please. She's all alone. We have to give her a ride." "We're 2 hours late. Please." Nathan pulled off the road and turned around. As they approached the girl from the opposite direction, they could see her dress was in tatters. Her face was pale and gaunt. "Can we give you a ride?" Heather asked as they pulled up beside her. "Oh, thank you," said the young woman, who appeared to be in her late teens or early 20s. "I have to get home. My parents will be worried sick." "Where do you live?" asked Nathan. "Just down the road, about 10 miles, she said, climbing into the back seat. "There is an intersection with an abandoned gas station. Across from there. It's a white house with a rose garden. They're waiting for me." As they made their way north again, Heather attempted to make conversation, but the girl fell silent and slumped in the back seat, apparently asleep. After about 15 minutes, Nathan spotted a dilapidated service station. "Is this it?" he asked. "Hey, is this this intersection?" Heather turned to wake the young woman and caught her breath. "Nathan, she's gone." "What do you mean she's gone?" Nathan said, pulling into the driveway of the White House. "How can she be gone?" She was right. The hitchhiker had vanished. A light came on and two people, an elderly couple, stepped out onto the porch. "Can we help you?" the man asked. He looked as though he dreaded hearing the answer. "I don't know," Nathan began. "We were driving and we picked up this hitchhiker, a girl." "And she gave you this address," to the man, "and asked you to bring her home?" "Yes," said Heather. "And then she was gone?" Heather nodded. "You aren't crazy," the man said. "And you're not the first. She was our daughter. Her name was Diane. She passed away 7 years ago. Killed by a hit-and-run driver on the highway. They never caught whoever did it. I guess her spirit won't rest until they do." Nathan and Heather were speechless. "Won't you come inside for coffee or tea?" said the woman. "You've had a shock." "Come in and sit down." "No, thank you, but no, we're late," said Heather. "We have to get along." After exchanging a comfortable goodbyes, the newlyweds departed as they arrived in stunned silence. That is so spooky. So next one is called The Body Under the Bed. Alright, so here's the story. A man and a woman went to Las Vegas for their honeymoon. Ooh, I didn't even notice that detail. That's so creepy. Ian and I just went to Las Vegas. We didn't even check under the bed either. Okay, I'll keep reading. A man and a woman went to Las Vegas for their honeymoon and checked into a suite at a hotel. When they got to the room, they both detected a bad odor. The husband called down to the front desk and asked to speak to the manager. He explained that the room smelled very bad and they would like another suite. The manager apologized and told the man that they were all booked up because of a convention. He offered to send them to a restaurant of their choice for lunch, compliments of the hotel, and said he was going to send a maid up to the room to clean and try to get rid of the odor. After a nice lunch, the couple went back to the room. When they walked in, they both could still smell the same odor. Again, the husband called the front desk and told the manager that the room still smelled very bad. The manager told the man that they would try to find a suite at another hotel. He called every hotel in the strip, but every hotel was sold out because of the convention. The manager told the couple that they couldn't find them a room anywhere, but they would try and clean the room again. The couple wanted to see the sights and do a little gambling anyway, so they said that they would give them 2 hours to clean and then would be back. When the couple had left, the manager and all housekeeper went to the room to try and find what was making the room smell so bad. They searched the entire room and found nothing. So the maids changed the sheets, changed the towels, took down the curtains and put new ones up, cleaned the carpet, and cleaned the suite again using the strongest cleaning products they had. The couple came back 2 hours later to find the room still had a bad odor. The husband was so angry at this point, he decided to find whatever the smell was himself. So he started tearing the entire suite apart. As he pulled the top mattress off the box spring, he found the dead body of a woman. That would just totally ruin your trip. Like, what a honeymoon, oh my god. So then they have this, like, analysis or something at the bottom. What sets the body in the bed apart from the rest is how frequently incidents resembling this one described above have actually happened in real life. Just never, to my knowledge, in Las Vegas. That's crazy that that happens so often. And then they actually have, like, a whole bunch of other, like, mini stories about similar things happen. I'm not going to read them right now just because I feel like it's just going to take up way too much time. But that's actually crazy. If you guys want to, like, read more about that, I'll have it linked below. This next one's actually, like, super, super, super creepy. Like, it gives me the freaking chills. Okay. You guys ready? This is creepy. If you don't like clowns, you're probably gonna, like, freak out. But anyways, this is called The Creepy Urban Legend About the Clown Statue. A few years ago, a mother and a father decided they needed a break. So they wanted to head out for a night on the town. So they called their most trusted babysitter. When the babysitter arrived, the 2 children were already fast asleep in bed. So the babysitter just got to sit around and make sure everything was okay with the children. Later in the night, the babysitter got bored and she wanted to watch TV, but she couldn't watch it downstairs because they didn't have cable downstairs. Brackets, the parents didn't want their children watching too much garbage. So she called them and asked them if she could watch cable TV in the parents' room. Of course, the parents said it was okay, but the babysitter had one final request. She asked if she could cover up the large clown statue in the bedroom with a blanket or a cloth because it made her nervous. The phone line was silent for a moment, and the father, who was talking to the babysitter at the time, said, "Take the children and get out of the house. We'll call the police. We don't have a clown statue." The children and the babysitter got murdered by the clown. It turned out to be that the clown was a killer that escaped from jail. Now, this may or may not be true, because it follows up with, if you don't propose this to 10 peeps within 5 minutes, the clown will be standing next to your bed at 3 a.m. with a knife in his hand. So, do you guys remember those things that used to circulate on Facebook all the time? You get them in Messenger, and there are those, like, chain messages, and you have to send them, and if you don't, you're gonna die or something. Those used to drive me crazy, but it looks like this was that. But, I mean, that's creepy. It's still a scary story. I like scary stories, even if they're not real. Now, they actually have a little bit of research backing up, like, where this urban legend may have originated from. So it says, it may be that an urban legend like this one was inspired by real-life events in the 1970s, 80s, and later. The best known is John Wayne Gacy, who during the mid-1970s murdered 33 young men and buried their bodies under his Chicago home. The media christened him the Killer Clown because he was known for hosting neighborhood parties at which he dressed up as a clown. Gacy was eventually convicted and put to death for his crimes in 1994. That's the year I was born. But his legend lives on in documentaries, books, even clown-themed artwork Gacy painted while in prison. This one's really creepy and weird too. So this is called the Bunny Man Bridge. Just outside the small town of Clifton in Virginia is a concrete tunnel tucked beneath a railroad bridge on a quiet and secluded road. While the bridge may look unremarkable, it has attracted ghoulish tourists hoping to find out more about the horrific tales of murder or mayhem that took place at the Bunny Man Bridge. In 1903, a bus was transporting inmates to an asylum when two of the most dangerous passengers escaped. Cops hunted the pair for weeks, following a trail of half-eaten rabbit carcasses until they eventually found one of the legs hanging from a bridge. But the second escaped, Brandon the Bunny Man, was never found, and tales of the macabre? I don't actually know that word. Macabre, look up. Morbid. Okay, let's just say morbid, because I actually know that word. Tales of the morbid are still being blamed on him. It is said that his spirit haunts the bridge after he was struck and killed by a passing train, and now he mutilates innocent passerbys. About 32 people are said to have died at the haunted spot, discovered with their... I'm gonna keep the details out because it's really gruesome and I don't really want to put that on my channel, but basically 32 people were killed brutally and strung up from the bridge, and then their legs would be dangling for cars to see. But that's really creepy. I mean, it's not completely crazy that a killer could be on the loose. So yeah, I mean, there's so many different urban legends, and I mean, there's Slender Man started on creepypasta. There's so many different types of urban legends, and usually they're just made up stories, but they usually have some sort of origin. They're based on some sort of real story, event, murder, something in the past. They're kind of interesting. So if you guys do like looking at spooky stories, I'll make sure to link those below because the pages I got them from have a whole list of other ones to read. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoy that. I hope you guys have a fantastic Halloween. I will not be posting on Halloween Day because I mean, it's Halloween and I'm sure none of you are going to be on YouTube anyways, and I'm going to be out enjoying Halloween. So I hope you guys have a fantastic Halloween, and I'll see you guys in November. Take care, guys. Bye-bye.